Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. For those that do not know me, my name is Ashley Anderson, and here on my channel I teach you how to look and feel your best by elevating the everyday woman. On my channel I talk about all things beauty, fashion, and some things in between. Okay, so today's video was a request for a hair tutorial about how to buy and purchase wigs and the process of installation. So I don't typically do hair because it's not really my forte, but I do know a little bit something about a little bit of something. So I'm just gonna share some of my tips and tricks in my process on how I go about selecting a wig and installation. I do have my little notes to kind of keep me on topic. Okay, so when purchasing a wig, and I will show like a B-roll as an example, but when purchasing a wig, I typically go by 3 different options. I decide if I want a synthetic wig, a human hair blend, or a full human hair texture wig. And then from that, I kind of decide if I want it short, straight, curly, wavy, or what kind of color do I want? Do I want red, black, soft black, blonde, or some other type of crazy color? So nowadays I've been trying to go for like something with soft curls that I hold, and something that's also a little bit low maintenance and low key, because sometimes when you get a wig you may have to constantly keep recurling it if it's like a human hair blend and doesn't hold curl too well, or it could be something that's just easily to maintain, like a synthetic wig. So during the process, every time I go to the Jenny's beauty supply. I just prefer Jenny's because it's like Hair Depot. It seems to have almost everything that I need or want here in Dallas. So I typically go to Jenny's, and what I would do is, because I know sometimes they have new products that's constantly coming in, I usually just walk down each aisle and try to get a sense of inspiration. Sometimes I may have a picture with me like on my Pinterest, or I may have seen something that I want to try, but I would just walk down the aisle to get some inspiration or get an idea and a good feel for what is it that they have in stock. And then after I do that, after I decide what catches my eye, they will charge you, I think it's like 50 cents or $1. No, this past weekend it was 50 cents to get they will provide you with a wig cap, and they would give you a choice up to try on 5 different wigs. When I tell you, when you go to the beauty supply, please use all 5, and try not to make the wig, unless you really, let's say you're trying to go for straight hair, get all straight wigs if that's what you want to do. But I typically try to do 5 different styles. I do a short style, a long style, a wavy style, just to get an idea of what kind of goes for my face shape. I do consider my face shape to be like a heart shape because of my chin area, and it's kind of more longer than it is wider. So I consider my face shape to be a heart shape. So I try to find something that I think is gonna match my face shape and frame my face really well, because when you try on wigs, I like to take pictures. I don't know why, but it's some type of method to my madness. I would take a picture of each wig, because sometimes what I see in the mirror versus what I think the world sees on camera is 2 different things. So sometimes I get a better idea, especially when I'm like in between decisions or choices and don't particularly know which one I want to go with. I typically take a picture of me wearing the wig, and it kind of gives me a better idea, like, okay, that kind of looks good, or no, it looks worse in person versus what I thought I saw in my head. So I would walk down the aisle, try to get an idea of what is it that I'm looking for, decide on a style. After I decide on a style, then I would decide on the color, and then I will also have a backup color in case the first color option isn't in stock. As I was saying before, you want to decide if you want a synthetic wig. A synthetic wig would typically, to me, in my experience, because I do consider myself a bit of a beginner, I'm not that too advanced. Okay, maybe not necessarily a beginner, maybe intermediate, because I know a little bit of something. But I typically, if I'm just A synthetic wig, in my experience, is only gonna last about a few weeks before it start getting so tangled and mangled. I know there are like different processes of, you can use like a wig out spray, and I'll leave a picture here. You can use a wig out spray to kind of spray it down or to condition it, to soften it up and comb out those tangles with a wide tooth brush or a wide tooth comb to try to maintain it. That does help stretch out the wig a little bit more, make it last a little bit longer. But eventually, I mean, synthetic wig is just that, it's synthetic wig. I know some women try to like trim it and cut it, trying to cut out tangles in. To me, it's just over with after a certain point of time. So I would typically go with a synthetic wig first. If you are an absolute beginner, I would recommend a synthetic wig. I would recommend a synthetic wig or a human blend. Now, human blend is basically half human hair with synthetic textures that's mixed into it. Synthetic wig, some synthetic wigs, you can use heat tools on it, but you have to absolutely read the packaging, because sometimes it will say you can use heat tools to up to 300 or 350 degrees, and make sure that you have that setting on your heating style tools if you choose to curl your wig or flat iron it. Sometimes I don't even think that's accurate, to be honest, because you can still end up melting the synthetic, because it's like a synthetic fiber, it's like plastic. So if you are a beginner, because I just recommend you to go with the synthetic, because you're new at this. You're still trying to figure out what kind of style, what kind of color, what kind of, you know, I would hate for you to spend $200+ on a full human wig just because you're experimenting, don't know what you're doing, and wasting money and be out of pocket. So that's why I say going the synthetic route would be a lot better until you grasp what is it that you're doing and understand and start practicing more. Then you can level up to buying, you know, investing more into better quality hair. Now with the synthetic bling, like I said before, it would typically last just a few weeks, which is kind of fun if you're just experimenting. Like if you're, let's say that you're not for sure if you want to color your natural hair, or you're not sure if you want to do a big chop and go like completely into a pixie cut. Buying or if you're just trying to save yourself from a bad hair job or a bad haircut, a synthetic wig is the way to go. Now, synthetic wigs are really cheap. The prices that I've seen for synthetic wigs, if it's on sale, it's typically between $25 to like $80. You know, really decent price, especially if you just, you know, it's not gonna last that long. Now for a human blend, I would typically say, if it's on sale, or depending on what it is or what brand it is, it would be between $40 to $100. And then of course for a human hair, if it's on sale, I have seen $80 and up that can cost up to like $400 if you're getting it from a beauty supply. I do recommend buying your first wig or your first couple of wigs from a beauty supply, because you will have access to try them on. If you buy a wig online, it's going to be a little bit, some companies don't allow you to return the product, and if they do, you want to get store credit, because it's like it's been open and out of the box, and so they typically won't allow you to return the wig. And plus it's just it's too much of a hassle, to me, in my opinion, to buy something, I don't like it, that was a final sale, I can't get my money back. So I'd rather for you to go to a beauty supply to try on the wig and get your best judgment on what is it that you're trying to get and how it looks on you, and then pay for it versus buying the wig online. Now with wigs, there are different types of styles of wigs. You have a V-part wig, which is what I have here, and let me just kind of show you guys. A V-part wig is basically it's a regular wig, but it has like a cutout. Let me try this. See, this has clamps in it here, and it looks like I have a sew-in, and I really like wigs. I really recently just started to get into it, so I have my hair braided down, and I just have the most minimum amount of leave out, and it looks a lot more natural to me versus me spending like $300 or $400 on hair bundles and then having a hairstylist, beautician, cosmetologist, whatever, to sew it in for me. I'd rather just, you know, have someone, I don't know how to cornrow, so I'd rather have someone braid it down for me, and then I just install it when I get home and I curl it. And if y'all want to see a video of how I actually install my V-part wigs, I can do that. There's also something very similar to a B-part wig would be a U-part wig. And it's basically you would leave out this much hair, the hairline of your hair, and apply the wig on top and just, you know, brush your hair back or slick it back or whatever. Those also tend to be a little bit more natural too. But to me, in my opinion, it's like you're kind of stuck in that one. I mean, maybe you can kind of switch up the parting, but to me, I feel like it just does it for me a little bit more. And I got this unit from Unis.com. And then you have the headband wigs, which is, I've seen a lot of natural girls. It's just another lazy way option. I've seen a lot of girls who are going natural, or who just want the most minimum amount of time of applying. You know, they may not want to wear a regular size wig, so they will put on a headband wig. Some of those are kind of cute. It's kind of really stuck in one, you know, style. But if you want something a little bit different and something that's just more easygoing, and, you know, just to throw something on to go run your errands or whatever, a headband wig is good. And then also I wanted to mention that each wig has different types of constructions. Some wigs have more clamps, some wigs just have clips, and some wigs also have a band that you put into the back, and then also like a thick stretch band that you can also tighten up or loosen up on your head. I'm sorry, I cannot find my words. Now, once you decide what type of material or fiber you want, whether it's synthetic, human hair, or full human, you want to decide if you want to use lace or no lace. Now, wigs that does not have any lace, sometimes it can look much more mature or a lot more well blended or more natural if you get something that has like bangs in it. If you get a wig that has, like, I don't know, sometimes they have self-parting. For wigs that don't have lace, sometimes, to be honest, it just doesn't look great. Unless it has, like I said, unless it has bangs, or some of them have like feathered hair around to kind of look a little bit more natural. I guess it really just depends on the style of the wig, because I have seen some that are okay. Now, as far as like what brands I recommend, Genie's has a lot of good brands. Genie Beauty Supply. I do like Made, or M-A-Y-D-E, Mady. I don't know if it's Mady or Made. I do kind of like that brand. Sometimes I really don't particularly go for a certain brand. I go for more of the style of it, because if it's a good quality, or I feel like it's a decent type of texture, and I know that it may get me through a couple of weeks, then I usually go based on that, not because, oh, this must be a good brand and maybe some good quality hairs, because sometimes it's not always the case, to be honest. Now, once you decide, if you do choose to go with lace, okay, I will show a video or a clip of me explaining how to cut the lace, how to apply the lace. Some girls, there are many different methods, for one, on how to apply a lace front wig. Some use a ball cap method, which to me, I do not prefer, because one, I'm lazy, there's too much work, and honestly, I feel like if they're doing too much, and I mean, yes, at the end result, it may look a little more natural, but come on now, to be honest, I feel like you can do a lace front wig without doing a ball cap method. And then some girls also, they want to bleach the knots, and they want to pluck it. I plucked the wig before, and I over plucked, and I plucked so much and it looked like I had bald spots on that wig. So for plucking, if you're not too good with the shears, you don't know what you're doing, get a wig that's already pre-plucked, bleached with the knots. Like I said, that's if you buy it online. If you get the wig online, then yes, it will come pre-bleached, pre-plucked, all that nonsense where you just put the wig on. But of course, it's gonna cost a lot more because more labor is involved. But like I said, we're gonna install a wig on a low, and I bought me a $35 wig or a $30 wig just to demonstrate to you guys how a wig can be applied. Now, I was going to say, for the lace fronts, if you just want to do, if you wanted to apply the lace, there are different ways to have the wig glued on. First, you need to decide how long do you want to take your wig off nightly. Then I wouldn't recommend any glue or anything, any tools like that, any tape or anything like that. You can tape on the lace, you can glue down the lace, or you can use a glue that's gonna be a little bit longer. It depends on your preference. if you want, like I said before, if you want to take your wig off every night because you just can't go to sleep with no wig on, then I wouldn't put any of those things on. If you want a wig to last like maybe a few days, then let's see. I would use this, and what you would do is layer it across your hairline and let it dry a bit, and then apply a second layer, and then you would easily just press the lace onto your edges. And I will show a video clip right after this to show you guys how I did that. Or okay, if you want your wig to last, let's say about a week or so, a week or two, there is even Wonder Lace Bond Lace Adhesive Firm Hold. You can use this. Now I've seen the girlies do the adhesive spray. I have seen them use this, and I heard that it lasts about a couple of days or so. And if I bought some different stuff, and that's the funny thing about it, because I bought this stuff and I ain't really been using it. So this is like a good opportunity for me to use this stuff. Because like I said, I only use the Got2b. So if you want your wig to last like a good week or a little bit longer, I have Bold Hold. I haven't tried this. I have bought it, but I haven't really, I keep getting scared. But I do want to try. One day I'm going to try it. I have the Bold Hold Active. Let me see. Can you see that? I have the Bold Hold, and this was like, oh, baby, this was $35. I can't believe I spent that much and I haven't even used it. But this is for like the pros, if you really seriously. Now, don't be alarmed. I know some people are kind of uncomfortable with using Bold Hold or any other glues that's going to last about a week, because they have seen people having bad skin reactions. One, I think the women are having bad skin reactions because they either didn't do a proper application, they are allergic to the product, or they simply just they improperly applied it. They didn't really know what they was doing, or they were just doing too much. They wasn't taking care of their edges. Now, if you want to have safe edges right after you take it out, make sure that you're removing with a cotton ball with alcohol or whatever information. I think it's cotton balls or soap and water or something like that. I had to figure it out because, like I said, I haven't used the glues before, but I'm pretty sure it's alcohol, cotton alcohol swab in order to remove it. And then, of course, once you cut down the lace and you apply the glue of your choice, you want to, after you part it, what I typically do is I get my hot comb, and I also get a like a wax or edge control, and I will part the hair and lay down the wax on the top where it's at, and then I get the hot comb and kind of smooth that section out very slowly. And I will also use a flat iron to kind of flatten out that part. But in order for it to look the optimal best, I do recommend you braiding down your hair before you put the wig on. If you don't know how to braid like I do, you could braid it to like a little plait. Do whatever. Nobody knows what's going on underneath your kitchen, boo. Nobody's gonna know what's going on underneath the hood. So pop that hood up and just braid it down, and then make sure you always use a wig stocking cap in order to protect your hair, because the last thing you want is to have so much friction that it causes breakage to your strands underneath your wig. Okay, so I think I covered all of the how-tos and the information that I needed to run with you guys in this section of the video. So I will go ahead and do a part on how I actually applied this cheap little synthetic wig that I had got from the beauty supply, and show you how I do that. Okay, so one thing I do want to say, it has been a minute, a real good minute, since I have applied a wig. Usually I just slap it on my slap it on my head and put some concealer down the part and cut off the lace, and that's it. But today, because I do want to kind of show you guys how to kind of glue it down and let it hold down for a little bit longer if you want to wear it and keep it on your head for a day or two. Today I am going to use the Even Wonder Lace Bond. I never used this before. I have used the Got2b glue, and I kind of like that. But today I'm going to do something a little different, and I've been wanting to use this adhesive spray, so let's see how this goes. Don't come for me in the comments, y'all. I know I'm gonna be a little bit off key, but if y'all do have some more tricks up y'all sleeves that y'all want to share, then go ahead and comment in the comment section below. Okay, so I will be using the Matey, I don't know if it's Made or Matey Beauty Candy Lace Front HD Lace Front Wig in McKenna Can I? And it's just a color 1B. I just want to keep it so basic. I didn't want to do anything too crazy or wild or anything like that, because more than likely I'm either going to be wearing this to work or out with the girls or something like that. Let me put this on. Let's not be lazy today. I am, however, not going to be doing the ball cap method, because I do not like the ball cap method. I just think it's kind of a little bit too extra and ridiculous. I mean, no offense to some of the people, some of the girls that do that, but I don't like the ball cap method. I'm just gonna keep it pretty simple, pretty basic. Right now, let me just fit this on my head to see what I'm working with, because I know I got a big head. So when I cut the lace, looks like I'm gonna just cut around here all the way around. Pretty big. Is this gonna work? Whew, it's hot up in here. Goodness. Okay. I don't know why, but I think I should probably slick down my edges a bit. I'm just gonna adjust because the wig was kind of tight when I was trying it on. So I'm just gonna adjust this in the back. Take that out first. Don't want the wig to be too tight when I put it on, because I got a big head. Okay, yeah, that fits a little better. I know some people tend to work in sections, so I'm just gonna cut it straight. Ooh, Lord, can I grab it? Can I grab it? 2 little slits right here. Okay, let's work in sections. So let's give it a little bit of spots. What is this supposed to? I'm trying not to spray it in my contacts. Wait, you see that? I'm trying to, how it's getting kind of tacky. That's what you want. Okay, so that's kind of tacky. Pull this, Lord Jesus, this forward. And also, I do want to know that I know some of you girls like will put powder or something on the inside of the wig, but I'm not going to do that. But I will be using concealer on my hairline, and I'll show you how I do that in a second. And then I'm just gonna keep going. Slide this back a bit. That's 1 layer. You could probably use like 2 or 3 layers. This will come off soon, so. Whew, it's hot up in here. And also, this same method applies. If you're using a spray, you can also do the same method with the wig glues that I was telling you guys about. It would be the same method. You apply a little bit on the hairline and let it dry a bit, and then do a 2nd and 3rd coat, and you just keep doing that until it gets a little tacky. And right before it completely dries, then you want to just pull down the lace. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and pull it down, and I'm kind of just gonna press it down. I'm not gonna press with my fingers, because then I don't want no residue or anything like that. So I'm just gonna pull it forward and then pull it down. My face is turning red. Okay, 1 more section. Back. Just down, hair out the way. I should have done this first. And then in order to hold this, I'm gonna lay it down, but tie it down really quick for a few minutes. And I'm just using a stretch band right here, and then I'm also gonna put a scarf on it too. Just a regular scarf, because I kind of want to make sure that I tied this down really good. Like, I know I could have tied it down a little bit better in a different way, but it's tied down. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this tied down for a good 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back, and then we're gonna cut off the lace, and then we're gonna fix a middle part hairline right here. Okay, let's see what it looks like. So impatient. I'm like, I have somewhere to be, so I can kind of rush this through now. Okay, it laid. It did its thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna get some scissors, some nips, and I'm just gonna go around and cut some of the lace around. Some people cut it before, but you know what? I cannot see. This is the part where I stopped at. Okay. Oh my gosh, y'all, so hard trying to see this. I know I need to be cutting closer. I should probably cut closer. Don't want to look too crazy. Wait a minute. See this? Ow. I think I cut some skin. Cutting is my most, I hate this part. I hate cutting. That's why I don't never try to stick it down, you know? I hate cutting. And shoot, it's gonna be covered up anyway, so. Cause I got a big head, you know? I don't do baby hairs, cause I don't like baby hairs. If for some reason it starts to come, like unravel, just put it back on there, on the edges. Kind of melt it back down a little bit. But good thing I don't like my little hidden mistakes that I've done that y'all see here, because I hate cutting. Yes, I know it probably looks terrible, but it blended in because this is HD lace, so it doesn't look too terribly bad. Somebody really got to be on your face to sit there and see that, girl, your lace kind of look a little off. I know that. My question is, why you all up in my face? That's my question. I had to cut the AC on. What's next? see what we got here. Yeah, plastic because we act brand new. Okay, brand new wig. And I'm not cutting no more lace. I ain't gonna have nothing here. Probably gonna be covered up anyway. But for the most part, I mean, I could cut some more right here. I mean, it depends on how bad it bothers you. Y'all, I'm seriously not trying to cut my hair. And that's why I bought this cheap wig, so I can practice. Because I don't do it that much. She kept cutting. As soon as you know it, she didn't have no hair. Do not go crazy with that. Okay. But for the most part, I mean, give me some credit. Give me some credit. For the most part, it looks alright. It looks decent. You know, I'm not a professional. I don't do this. I'm not a hairstylist. I'm not a cosmetologist. I just do enough to get away with enough. Okay? Don't come for me. All right, so you know what? Let me get smoothed down some of this poofiness because I kind of want to lay just a little bit more flat. So I'm gonna use this, just a little bit. I almost smell like bubble. Now we're just gonna smooth this out some. Remember that hat comb? And you know what, y'all? I forgot to check the boxes to see what it said, how many temperatures not to go past. But I'm just using a little bit. You can also use your flat iron. But we don't need all that. We just want to look a little decent before we leave out the house. Woo! Did I? Okay, I didn't burn myself. Got that. See what we're working with. Okay. Got a little smoothness going on. Looks a little natural. Okay. Now the final thing we're gonna do is put some concealer on this hairline. And I just use some, this really don't even match my skin shade too much. But I prefer, you can use foundation or concealer. I'm just gonna use some regular concealer, just put it on the hairline. You could pluck, but I feel like I'm good, you know? All that, put it through the hairline. Now you know how you go through the hairline and you didn't put enough, I mean you actually put some, like too much concealer. Get a black mascara and you kind of just go over it. Just get a black mascara wand and go over the edges right here if you feel like you put too much. I'm just gonna tease that out a bit. I could cut a little bit more of this HD lace, but I don't want to. Cut to your own liking. Which I think. Looks pretty decent, pretty good. So I forgot to wrap up this video, but thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And if you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe, girl. I don't know what you're doing, but go ahead and subscribe, like, comment. If you have any video recommendations, go ahead and link that down below. Until next time, I love you ladies. Bye.